2 free, no limit, plus 0% financing for 18 months. Call Win Donation today and save.
Good morning, America. Breaking news. A tourist helicopter goes down in New York's frigid East River.
Engine failure. They come a little broken. I say it one more time. It was a Mayday call, LaGuardia.
The pilot escapes, but all 5 passengers on board killed as divers struggle to get them out of their harnesses. The helicopter flew over the Statue of Liberty just before the accident. Now the investigation this morning. We're live on the scene with the latest.
Winter storm warning. A new nor'easter brewing, the third in 2 weeks, heading for millions along the East Coast after pummeling the South overnight.
Did he confess? The never-before-seen interview.
I know the facts better than anyone.
O.J. Simpson's long hidden tape. His hypothetical account of the murders of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman.
ABC News exclusive. 5-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady here live, opening up for the first time about that Super Bowl loss and how long he'll keep playing.
I want you to stay.
And Idol is back. Who's wowing Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan?
And Papa always said to me.
And who's missing the mark? The incredible moments in the 7-year-old everyone's rooting for.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Good morning, America. Hope you had a good weekend. Great to have Cecilia back with us. Pretty good weekend for Dixie. Let's take another look at 7-year-old.
She's singing a duet with her sister.
Mom can't see
A little surprise from Mom. Mom can't see it, but she could hear it. And the judges, they were so impressed with Dixie that they gave her a golden ticket to Hollywood for 2026.
Told her to come back when she has all her teeth grown in.
Well, I'd never get invited then. Got to make fun of yourself, right?
We're going to show a lot more of that later, but we're going to begin, of course, with that deadly helicopter crash here in New York. That is a live shot of the scene right now. The helicopter underneath those yellow pontoons in the East River. It happened around 7 p.m. last night. A tourist chopper landed right there, flipped over in the East River. The pilot managed to escape. All 5 passengers on board were killed. ABC's Gio Benitez is on the scene with the latest. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, George, good morning to you. The helicopter crashed right behind me here in the East River, and it just sank so quickly. That's what witnesses describe. Rescuers desperately tried to help the people inside. The mid-air emergency captured on camera, the pilot of the chopper frantically radioing for help as he crashes into the water.
Zerly Motel, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Zerly Motel, are you okay? East River, engine failure. I'm sorry, say again? East River, engine failure. They come a little broken. I say it one more time. It was a Mayday call, LaGuardia. Okay, got it.
The helicopter's blades still spinning as the aircraft flips over in the 40-degree water and begins to sink.
We're all still really shaken up. There were a lot of screams. It was just really horrifying.
The pilot, identified as 33-year-old Richard Vance, manages to free himself and scream for help from a flotation device. A fireboat brought him to shore.
Marine 6 does have 1 diver in the water.
The 5 passengers who chartered the chopper for a photo shoot were harnessed in so tightly, divers struggled to get them out. The harnesses were in place so passengers could take pictures with the doors open.
It took a while for the divers to get these people out. They worked very quickly, as fast as they could.
2 died at the scene, 3 later in the hospital. Moments before the crash, witnesses snapped these photos of the chopper flying at normal altitude over the Statue of Liberty. Arina Nazarian tells me that she was having dinner in a high-rise when she saw the crash happen.
It headed towards the water at full speed, and then it slowed down. It hit the water fairly gently, but then within seconds you started seeing it submerge.
The helicopter was operated by the tour company Liberty Helicopters. Its website claims it has been flying safely for over 30 years. But FAA records show at least 2 accidents for Liberty Helicopters. One in 2009 with an airplane resulted in 9 deaths, though the NTSB blamed that crash on many factors, not just the helicopter pilot. and we are told that the pilot is okay. He's speaking with investigators. The NTSB, of course, is investigating this. They're going to make a final ruling, but right now officials believe that this was just an accident, George.
Okay, Gio, thanks very much. Let's bring in our aviation expert, Steve Ganyard, for more on this. And Steve, let's put up that video again. Tell us what you see happening here.
George, a single-engine helicopter, when it loses its engine, can actually glide. So it uses the energy that's left over in those rotors, and just like a fixed-wing airplane, can glide to a safe landing. The pilot, I think, does a really good job getting the helicopter safely into the water. It's a fairly controlled crash. What happened afterwards, when the airplane hits that really cold water and flips upside down, that's where the tragedy occurred.
But you're saying if this were a different time of year, it may have been survivable for all the passengers.
I think so, George. I think if it had been July, where that water had been warm, I think it would have been survivable. That water, I looked up at the time of the mishap last night, was 39 degrees. That's the temperature your refrigerator is at. That shock of the cold of hitting in the unexpected crash in the water, and that shock can be debilitating. And so people have this 4-point harness that they've probably never used before. They don't know how to get out of it. You hit the water hard, you have that cold water rushing in, and you panic, and you're not able to get yourself out of that helicopter.
But you're saying that's the kind of harness that military pilots like you would be trained to get out of. One of the reasons perhaps the pilot was able to get out.
Exactly. The pilot knew what to do because he wears that harness every day. In the Navy and the Marine Corps, you're trained. If you're ever going to fly in a helicopter, you're put in a helo dunker, a machine that actually takes you underwater and flips you up upside down. And it saved countless lives. But these poor civilians out for a nice Sunday flight encountered something that was very, very difficult to survive.
Just a shocking tragedy. Okay, Steve, thanks very much. Michael?
Thank you, George. Now to that powerful winter storm, a third nor'easter in 2 weeks, taking aim at the East Coast once again. More than 13,000 are still without power from the last storm. The system's moving across the South this morning, creating dangerous driving conditions. Rob is tracking it all. Good morning, Rob.
Hey, good morning, Michael. Can you believe it? Number 3. This one's a little bit different. It's headed across the Mid-South and the Tennessee Valley with heavy snow in that area. I-65 just south of Louisville. Look at this, piling up on the roadway, sticking the snow signs, street signs there. Also, around Lexington and just outside of Lexington, seeing scenes like this, 4 or 5 inches of snow. Some reports have measured 9 inches. So this is a serious snowstorm already before it even gets towards the East Coast. So winter storm warnings here. We've got winter storm warnings posted for the Northeast as this thing transforms into a coastal low, teaming up with some southern energy. And by later on tonight, we start to see it probably bomb out. There's probably going to be a bomb cyclone as far as strength goes, but it'll be a little farther offshore. That means most everybody gets snow. The farther east you go, the more snow you will get. So this could be Boston's largest snowstorm of the year with up to 2 feet of snow there. You go back through New York City, maybe 1 to 3, maybe 4 inches of snow, but the winds will be debilitating as well as things get cranking, especially along the coastline of eastern New England. More on this storm and the winter weather throughout the broadcast. Michael, Cecilia?
All right. Thank you, Rob. Cecilia.
All right. Thanks, Michael. We want to turn now to Washington. The Trump administration is revealing its school safety plan in the wake of that Parkland shooting. Our chief national correspondent, Tom Yamas, is here this morning. And, Tom, this plan that the president is about to unveil really falls short of that sweeping gun control legislation that he was talking about early on.
That's right, Cecilia. And good morning, guys. You know, the big headline here is that the president, after making that big display in front of all the cameras of what sounded like supporting raising the age limits on certain guns to 21 from 18, is now backing off that measure, not even mentioned in the new proposal. So what is the president doing? Well, the White House says they're going to work with states to train school personnel, including teachers, to be armed in schools. They're also endorsing a bill to improve the background checks as well. Now, the administration will also launch a commission led by Education Secretary Betsy DeVos to examine school safety. DeVos said her commission would study the culture of violence. And we do want to mention as well the Department of Justice followed through on that move to ban bump stocks. Those devices dramatically boost the firing rate of semi-automatic weapons, a device, as we all know, the Las Vegas shooter used when he killed 58 people and injured another 800 more.
No comment from the NRA yet on the president's proposal. They are, though, now suing the state of Florida.
Yeah, this is a big deal because some used to call Florida the gunshine state, and Florida was regarded as one of the friendlier states for gun owners in the nation. But on Friday, the legislature passed a package of new restrictions on gun ownership that were signed into law by Republican Governor Rick Scott, who told Parkland families, "You made your voices heard." This is really credit to those children. Among other things, the law raises the minimum age to buy a gun and extends the waiting period to 3 days. The NRA immediately going to federal court, arguing the age restrictions is unconstitutional, a violation of the Second Amendment and of the 14th Amendment, the guarantee of equal protection of the laws.
And there's also an action on the preventing of gun violence. There's going to be a walkout
on Wednesday, a nationwide walkout.
Yeah, that's right. This is something we're going to watch. It's going to be big news this week. We're all expecting this to happen. It's in 2 days on March 14th, what could be a massive demonstration. It's called the Enough National School Walkout, taking place exactly 1 month after the Parkland shooting. Organizers claim 2,000 schools across the country have registered to participate. The walkout will last for 17 minutes, 1 minute for each of the victims killed at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Imagine what that will look like if all those schools participate for those 17 minutes.
Both my kids' schools are part of that this Wednesday. We've gotten a lot of notices from the schools. We'll be watching that. Also, the big march coming up, as you said, at the end of the month. We're going to move on now to the latest on North Korea. President Trump driving ahead with that planned summit after his snap decision to sit face-to-face with Kim Jong-un. The president talked it up at a raucous campaign rally in Pennsylvania. Our chief global affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz, is here with the details. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, George. President Trump seems as positive about this meeting as he possibly could be, even scolding the crowd for booing the North Korean leader who he has consistently belittled. President Trump sounding optimistic over the weekend at a campaign rally in Pittsburgh after that stunning announcement that the president has agreed to a face-to-face meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
They're not going to send missiles up. Think of it. They're not sending missiles up. And I believe that. I believe that. I really do. I think they want to do something. I think they want to make peace. I think it's time. And I think we've shown great strength. Trying to sell his supporters on the meeting with the dictator he once called Little Rocket Man. Kim Jong-un. And no, it's very positive. No. After the meeting, you may do that, but now we have to be very nice because let's see what happens. Sources tell ABC News that the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea is the most likely location for the meeting, which South Korea has said could happen as early as May. And over the weekend, Defense Secretary Jim Mattis leaving questions about North Korea to the diplomats, emphasizing just how precarious this new effort remains.
I do not want to talk about Korea at all. I'll leave it to those who are leading the effort. It's that delicate. When you get into a position like this, the potential for misunderstanding remains very high or goes higher.
As for the North Koreans, as of this morning, they have not uttered a word publicly about the planned meeting since President Trump abruptly accepted the North's invitation last week. Officials in South Korea say they have been kept in the dark as well, George.
So a lot more to learn about this. Let's bring in our chief White House correspondent. Thank you, Martha. John Carl, for more on this right now. So, John, we just saw the president is full speed ahead on this, even though we're seeing those yellow warning flags from even some of his own advisors. And as Martha just pointed out, no direct word from the North Koreans.
No direct word from the North Koreans, and if you talk to White House officials, they say there is a chance it gets knocked off, but North Korea really has no preconditions to meet other than stopping their current testing of missiles and nuclear weapons. But George, there is a real hollowed out team on the North Korea issue. There is no ambassador to South Korea nominated by the president yet, and the point person at the State Department on North Korea and Korean issues generally retired last month and has not been replaced.
Okay, John, let's go back to those gun proposals right now. The president throwing most of it to a commission. Looks like a big cave to the NRA right now, even though he ridiculed the idea of commissions at that rally on Saturday night. Let's take a look.
We can't just keep setting up blue ribbon committees with your wife and your husband, and they meet and they have a meal and they talk. 2 hours later, then they write a report. Say, Joe, look, that's what I got in Washington. I got all these blue ribbon committees.
And the president appointed another blue ribbon committee just yesterday, less than 24 hours after saying that. We have this commission on school safety headed up by the Education Secretary, Betsy DeVos. But you're right, George, it looks like, at least for now, a complete cave to the NRA. Not only is the president no longer talking about raising the age to purchase assault weapons as federal law, he has also given up on the idea of universal background checks, something he seemed to clearly endorse after the Parkland.
White House for those meetings with the president. Congress was looking for the president to push on gun control. It doesn't look like there's going to be any action now that the White House seems to be backing away from these initial talks of strong gun control legislation.
There was never any appetite for movement on guns among the Republican leadership in Congress. This would only happen with a big push from the president. There will be this move to tighten the current background check system and to do some more in terms of securing schools.
Meetings you guys were at, the president was taunting members of Congress for being afraid of the NRA. John, quickly before we go, big election tomorrow, special election for a congressional seat in Pennsylvania. One of the reasons the president was in Pennsylvania over the weekend trying to save a Republican seat, that his district, that the president won that district by 20 points.
He won the district by 20 points. Mitt Romney won the district by 17 points. The fact that this is a tight race shows you really how tough an election cycle this is going to be for Republicans.
And a real bellwether there. What happens in that state, people are saying, could be a sign of what's to come in these midterms. Yeah.
Michael?
Now, the new concerns over 2 fertility clinic failures, one at a medical facility in California, another in Cleveland. This morning, a class action lawsuit was filed, and ABC's Ariel Reshef joins us with more. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning, Michael. Some patients at that clinic in Cleveland are now facing a grim reality, told their eggs and embryos were destroyed when liquid nitrogen tanks malfunctioned. This morning, one family is suing the hospital over their heartbreak. This morning, the first lawsuit filed against university hospitals in Cleveland after a freezer malfunction left the viability of 2,000 eggs and embryos in question.
You know, you put so much faith into the physicians and the medical team, and like I said, just to have this taken away and to be just your hopes and dreams destroyed.
The lawsuit brought by the Ash family, who stored their embryos with the hospital since 2014.
I find it very hard to believe that in this day and age there are not better safeguards and practices that could be put in place.
In a frightening coincidence, the same day the university hospital malfunction occurred, a major problem at another fertility clinic, this time in San Francisco. Pacific Fertility Center telling ABC News liquid nitrogen in one of its tanks dropped to dangerously low levels, compromising eggs and embryos for more than 400 patients.
We're not saying this tissue is lost. Yes, it may be affected, and we have to acknowledge that, but our hopes are that it will be a minimal impact.
To test viability, eggs and embryos must be thawed and observed, a process that could take independent experts months to conclude. The clinic in San Francisco tells us in addition to their existing safeguards, they're also adding a third alarm system to each tank to try to make sure this never happens again.
That's awful for those families.
Awful. It is. It's heartbreaking.
Infuriating and sad and really scary for them going forward, guys. Okay, thanks. Let's switch gears now to Tiger Woods almost pulling out from a come-from-behind victory at the Valspar Championships with this miraculous 44-foot birdie on the 17th hole to pull within just one shot of leader Paul Casey. You guys are laughing. You saw this one.
I was smiling because we watched it. It brought back the feeling of joy from yesterday.
So you know he needed another birdie to tie on 18, but came up short still. This was a really strong showing for Woods, returning from back surgery last April. He has not won in 5 years, but yesterday he put the rest of the tour on notice. It's like old school Tiger.
When was the last time you saw him smile like that?
Yeah.
It was
really
fun.
something.
I mean, we both just started smiling because I jumped out off my couch yesterday when he made that putt.
The announcers were going crazy listening to that.
And just in time, tuning up for the Masters, and hopefully he has a good showing there. And Rob, you're tuning up with these strong winds that are coming from that nor'easter. What's going on with that?
Yeah, well, it did some damage over the weekend, Michael, just east of Dallas. This 70-mile-an-hour winds here, a couple of fatalities, unfortunately. And now that energy is going to be transferred to the coastline later on today. We'll start to wind it up off the Carolina coastline with winds gusting 30, 40 miles an hour there, but 50 in Boston, maybe 60 or 70 across the Cape and Nantucket. Time now for your Select Cities, brought to you by Downey.
Well, here's to first dates. You look amazing.
And you look amazingly comfortable.
When your V-neck looks more like a U-neck, that's when you know it's half-washed. Add Downey to keep your collars from stretching. Unlike detergent alone, Downey conditions to smooth and strengthen fibers. So next time, don't half-wash it. Downey, and it's done.
Little, if any, accumulation from snowfall with this weather system, but what will follow will be cold and wind after today. Now, know that our temperatures today will get into the lower 40s across the area, so anything that does fall is going to melt. But after about 7 o'clock, there's a possibility areas east of I-95 that there might be a few slick patches. Your highs tomorrow and Wednesday lower into mid-40s, but with wind chills that'll be in the 30s across the area.
chilling, long hidden interview with O.J. Simpson.
And that ABC News exclusive 5-time Super Bowl champion, Tom Brady. He is here live. Going to talk football, family, and more, only on GMA.
Ways to lose stubborn belly fat. The roasted core.